think you can just list any product on Amazon.ae or .sa without any problems? What if I told you that some categories are restricted or gated on Amazon and require prior approval? Paperwork, proof, certification, even a certain activity in your business license is sometimes required to sell certain products in categories and subcategories on Amazon. Welcome to episode 2 of the Amazon Basics series, where we discuss everything related to the basics and essential information that you need to know about selling on Amazon in the Middle East, primarily UAE, KSA, Egypt, as well as Turkey. I'm going to be talking about restricted or gated categories and how you can ungate them. Let's get to work. Hello, my name is Crystal from the Amazon Sellers Society. We are a certified service provider as well as an ads agency based in Dubai, supporting sellers since 2019 on Amazon in the Middle East. Now, this is a very, very highly requested video. However, I'm going to keep the video general in terms of information. Why, you may ask? Well, because Amazon's terms, rules, regulations are constantly changing and updating. And I don't want you to see this video and get the wrong information. That's why I'm going to keep the video general. Oh, don't worry, you need to watch it because I've got a lot of information that are very essential. And we've created a downloadable PDF for you with the in-depth information in the description box of this video, which is free to download. And the cool thing is we will keep updating it when the details from the Amazon platforms change, so the information you will get is up to date. Let's jump in and let's talk about gated or restricted categories. I'd rather use the term gated because restricted technically means you can't sell it on Amazon, like categorically you can't sell it. So what does gated mean? Gated can be anything for a category or an actual subcategory on Amazon, and it just means that that product or category requires additional approval so that Amazon can allow you as a seller to sell the product or in the category. You might be wondering why? Because Amazon imposes these regulations in order to ensure authenticity, product safety, and compliance, because Amazon's main focus is to ensure that customers are getting high quality products and the brand reputation on Amazon remains intact. Let's jump straight into it. What are the products or the categories that require approval, primarily in the UAE and Saudi Arabia? Generally speaking, any consumable product would require ungating. Anything such as food items, even cosmetics, beauty, skincare, but also there are categories that are unrelated to that, requiring ungating due to authenticity reasons, such as fine jewelry like gold as an example, as well as medical and health devices. Now, I want you to note that some categories are ungated, but subcategories within those categories require approval, like the health category as an example. Generally, the health category is not gated, but there are some subcategories inside of that category that do require approval. So this is more or less dependent on the product. However, there is a general category like the grocery category, which is completely gated, and whatever you want to sell under that category, whatever subcategory it is, you would require approval for the general category, unlike what I discussed earlier. Certainly, I'm going to show you some details on Amazon so that you can better understand how you figure out if a product is gated or ungated prior to you even launching the business. But in step number 3, what are some requirements and documents that you might need? Again, I'm going to give you general information in the video, and you can find some in-depth information in the downloadable PDF. Number 1, if you're selling branded items, which are also gated and require approval, this is on a product level, you would need specific invoices that Amazon requires with specific rules and regulations for that invoice. We'll look at it in a second. Number 2, sometimes you would just need brand authorization. So invoices would not be enough. You would need direct authorization from the brand themselves. Number 3, safety and regulatory certificates. Certainly those certificates, especially if you are selling food items or consumable items, need to be from the country where you are selling. So as an example, if you're selling food items, you would need safety certificates from the Dubai municipality. Even if your product is registered, let's say in some European country, that certificate does not apply to where you are currently selling, which is the UAE. Business registration documents, yes, of course, you need to have a business license for sure, but sometimes depending on the category, you need to have a certain activity that would allow you to sell in that category on Amazon, so you also need to identify those details. Now, let's talk about how to check prior to you actually listing any product, importing any product or anything. Maybe this is the type of information that you would want to know. So let's jump onto Amazon. I'm going to give you two examples. We're on the list your product page. Let's say I want to sell a product that already exists in the Amazon catalog. How do I know if it is available or not? Okay, I'm looking for the product. I found this brand. Let me click on it. As you can see here, it's asking me for the condition. Well, I'm going to sell a new product. And then as you can see, you need approval to list in this brand. So this is brand approval. This is directly coming from the brand, not necessarily related to the category. If you click on it, you'll see it's going to give you some additional information. So let's click on request approval. And this is where we discussed earlier needing an invoice. As you can see, here are all the details that you would require in the invoice that you would need in order to present and potentially get approval to sell this product. Let's go back and let's say we're actually selling a brand new product we're creating, and let's look at the grocery category. So let's start. Amazon can assist you with creating the listing and all of that stuff, but for the time being, I'm just going to type in peanut butter. Let's assume this is what we're going to sell. Obviously, peanut butter, as you can see, is under the subcategory nut butter, which is under the grocery category. And as you can see, it has a lock next to it, which means this is a gated category. Let's go back to the grocery category right here, and you'll notice all of the subcategories, almost all, are gated. But even this one, if we click on it, it's also gated. But let's look at a regular category, such as, for example, fashion. Let's choose boys. And you'll notice that everything is ungated. There's no lock, and you'll be able to sell under this category directly. Finally, the good news is for some categories, you can apply for yourself if you have the right documents and provide it to Amazon. Some categories, you're still unable to do it on your own, so you can reach out to us for help and support with ungating any category that you require, especially grocery categories or categories that are a little bit more problematic. If you need any help and support, you can reach out to us on our website, www.assmiddleeast.org. Thank you so much for watching the video. You'll find other episodes of this series and the full playlist also linked in the description box of this video. I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.